host with most Annabelle is welcome back. So we are talking about another non-horror movie this week. I know, two non-horror movies. I know. But anyway, so I know I actually showed this off a while ago, like over a month ago. I did actually watch it like around that same time. But yeah, I'm just now getting around to reviewing it just because like other things came up. But the movie we're talking about is mid-90s from Jonah Hill. Now, let me tell you, what a cute little coming-of-age movie and story. Oh my goodness. So we got our little main character here. He's, kind of finding himself. He's got an older brother who just total douchebag, total typical asshole older brother who thinks he's all badass and everything and all tough and everything, kind of gangster and everything. We soon find out he's really not as tough as he seems and everything. His mom, single Pringle over here and everything, just trying to, raise two boys and everything, kind of depending on, like, her oldest son to sort of watch after the younger brother and everything. But like I said, the brother in this is so kind of like, stereotypical, tropey, douchey older brother that older brother sometimes can be. Like, I remember my brother sometimes being an ass when I was growing up, but never really quite as much as, like, this kid in this movie. And then, of course, in the little brother's a little bit of a loner and everything, and you can kind of definitely sympathize with that. At least I could, because I was definitely kind of like a bit of a loner and stuff. I mean, I had friends and stuff growing up, but it was definitely like, I was definitely kind of an outsider and everything. But he kind of starts falling into this sort of like skater group and everything, and like these guys and everything who, there's one boy who's about the same age as him, and then the rest of the kids are older. And this boy that is like the same age as him, at first is trying to kind of like act like he's a little bit tougher and everything, kind of like show him the ropes of like, oh, this is how you do things. Like at one point, the one kid kind of gives him something, and the little boy's like, oh, thanks. And the other kid's like, no, don't. You don't say thank you. That's so faggot, man. Don't be a faggot. It's like, so the kid's kind of like, oh, okay, sorry, I didn't mean to or whatever. And the kid just keeps kind of telling him, stop being a faggot. Sorry, I hate that word, but it's in the movie. But then it's like, it's kind of nice to see, like, later on, a little bit later on, when he kind of is finally accepted among this group, that, they're skaters, and of course they all work at, like, a skate shop, because, that makes sense. It works. One of the kids, gives him a board, and is kind of, like, picking out some wheels for this board so he can put them on and everything. And the kid's like, he's like, oh my god, like, I want to say thank you, but oh my god, he's freaking out. He's like, I want to say thank you, but I don't want to be a faggot or anything. Like, oh, but I don't know, like, how to show my appreciation. And the kid giving him, this older kid who's giving him the skateboard, he's like, wait, what? He's like, you want to say thank you? Of course you can say thank you. That's not, faggotish or anything. That's just, common courtesy. So it's kind of like, these kids are sort of mentors for this young man who, kind of showing him like, yeah, you can be a little bit badass. You can stand up for yourself. You don't have to be a doormat to people, but you can still have common courtesy. Someone gives you something, yeah, go ahead and say thank you. Just saying. And here's the thing too, like these kids definitely, from a society point of view, are sort of like bad influences, bad kids. Because I mean, obviously they do. Like, they do smoke and everything. They smoke cigarettes and also weed. They drink and stuff. But at the end of the day, you kind of realize just how good of a group of kids these are and everything. Which I'll kind of get a little more into in a few minutes. But yeah, with these kids too, and like with the older brother, at one point, the group of kids are, like, eating lunch or something, and the brother is walking by, and, like, I don't think he said something, but I think maybe kind of, like, looked at him weird or something, so one of the kids kind of goes up to him, like, oh, man, hey, what's up, kind of, like, harassing him a little bit, which, for the audience, I think, in any other situation, would be like, what assholes. But in this situation, you're like, oh, yes, dude, we just want to see the brother kind of get owned and everything. And, he kind of sees his little brother sitting with these kids. And later on, he's sitting with his brother. He's like, yeah, your friends, they're a little weird. You shouldn't be hanging out with them. Almost kind of like he's embarrassed that he was, showing up in front of his brother by these other kids, by these hoodlums and everything, And then as also too, like throughout the movie, we kind of learn little like things about these kids. Like these kids have gone through stuff, So it's like, yeah, they have a little bit of an edge. We can kind of see why they have an edge, but they are also, because of some of the things that they've gone through. Like one of the kids lost a little brother. I think he actually saw him get hit by like a car or something, and he's kind of telling him like, oh yeah, the other one, like, yeah, he's a jerk sometimes, but when my brother died, all I wanted to do was be by myself, not go out. He had literally dragged me out to go skating. Thank God he did, So it's like you see those little things, like things happen, and you gotta look out for people. You gotta look out for someone who might need that little bit of motivation, just someone who's gonna be there. You don't necessarily need to be like, oh man, this is what is bothering me. Sometimes you just need someone to drag you out and go skating. I'm just saying. Into the like I said, this is a kind of a coming of age story, and this little boy, he's at a little get together, kind of like a little party, but it's not one of those like overblown parties where you got like a million people. It's like a small little get together. You get like a handful of people, like maybe at most 15 people. Like I don't even think there's like 20 people there, but a little get together. They're just all kind of like chilling and everything, having a couple of beers, smoking a little pot and stuff. There's some girls there and everything. And he actually has like some of his first like sexual experiences, but nothing where it's like, oh my god, he lost his virginity. No, it's like some kissing and like I think like a little bit of like touching the private parts and everything. But I mean, they don't like show. It's not like Kids, the movie Kids or anything, where they're like showing these kids like actually like fingering each other and everything. But it's like he tells them afterwards, and you see kind of like the girl view and the boy view, and it's so kind of like spot on and how like the two genders at that time sort of are talking about some of their earliest like sexual experiences and everything. So little things like that, and the guys are kind of like, all right, like, go ahead, typical guys. Girls are definitely like, oh really, oh my god, like give us the details. I totally like that. So but yeah, and then after this, because the kid's kind of drunk and everything, goes home. The brother's like, he catches him coming in. He's like, dude, what the hell? And he kind of running around the house and showing up the brother and everything. So the mom finds out about this and everything, drags the kid to the skate shop, is like, who are you kids? Well, how dare you get my son drunk and doing this and that? You are never to come back to the skate shop again. Stay away from my son, blah, blah, blah. So he's like, this poor kid's devastated. He's like, these are my friends. Like, so little things like that. And then the kid kind of like rebels a little bit. It's kind of like, what, I do like these people, and you do see that they're taking care of this kid. Even at the end, I won't exactly say what happens at the end, but let's just say something happens, and the kids do actually come to visit this kid, and this is when kind of the mom realizes like, maybe I misjudged these kids. Like, yeah, they kind of got him in this mess, but like they're all camping out here and like wanting to see how he is. Like that is, so she kind of realizes at that point like, okay, yeah, they're good kids. That's kind of the moral too, where it's like, a lot of kids are kind of in that like bad group, but don't judge a book by its cover with some people. Like some people have just gone through stuff that make them kind of live a life where you think is not totally appropriate, but just try and understand it. But no, it's a great little coming of age story. I just, definitely check this one out, you guys, if you have not already. It is just it's just a sweet, endearing little, like I said, coming of age story. So definitely check it out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments if you have seen this already. Till next time, as always, stay creepy, classy, and a little bit sassy.